Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Y'all, I actually wanted to save this message for tomorrow, but God is propelling me to go ahead and record it now, okay? Um, but let's get into it. For this message, I had a vision. In this vision, I saw a group of people. For some of you, these are family members. For some of you, these are classmates. These are friends that you may have grown up with, friends that you would originally, these are people that you have hung out with. These are people that you used to be very close to. But, and I'm also being compelled to say that I've experienced this myself, y'all. So I understand, you know what I'm saying? But this is like a group of people that since God has started blessing you, since God has started uplifting you, since your dreams have become a reality, they no longer invite you to events. They no longer invite you to like parties. I just feel like you have now kind of become an outcast. But simultaneously, you have become so busy with what God has you doing that you don't, it's like you're an outcast, but you don't exactly, it's like, how do I say it? You don't have time to actually pay attention to what they're doing. But they are doing this on purpose. You know, in some cases, they are doing this. They want you to feel as though they don't care. For some of you, they want you to feel as though you're not really important. They want you to feel as though what you have accomplished is not important. For some of you, these people said that you would not be able to accomplish what you have. They said that your dreams were unreal. They said it was unrealistic. They said that it was realistic, but not for you. They looked at you as someone that will never grow the way that you have grown. They said they looked at you and they thought that you would always be this and you would always be that, and that would never happen and this would never happen. And as these things started to become a reality, you have kind of, it rubbed them the wrong way. Okay. So with a lot of these people, they have decided, instead of acknowledging your prosperity, instead of acknowledging that you have achieved what you have achieved, instead of acknowledging your achievements, and instead of I just feel like for some of you, there are some people that owe you apologies, because they literally, not only did they talk down on you, they went, like, I just feel like a lot of these people went on what do you call them? Like they went on escapades. Like they sat on the phone for hours talking down about you. They called you crazy. They said that you weren't thinking clearly. They said that you were insane. Like, I just feel like for somebody, they really thought that you had gone bonkers for the audacity of you to believe that you was going to start a business and it was going to prosper. You had absolutely lost your mind and bumped your head to think that you were going to be able to create I just feel like for someone, you broke out into an industry that it's hard to get into and it's hard to maintain, but you've been doing it and you are prospering. For some of you, it's like you have done things, you told them what you was going to do, but they did not believe you. They didn't have faith in you. And it's not that they need to have faith in you, because, we only supposed to have faith in God. But it's just the fact that not only did they not believe you, not only did they not encourage you, not only did they not even assume that anything would happen for you, they talked down on you. They looked down on you. They talked bad about you. They sat around and congregated and laughed and joked about you. They made fun of you. For some of you, they did this blatantly to your face. Blatantly, they talked about you. You would try to come out with a new product and they talked down on it. You posted on the on the social media and they talk about you in the comment section, and they would try to do gaslight you. For some of you, they would go and you would get a brand deal and they would want to talk to the brand and talk down on you. They wanted to blacklist you. They wanted to blackmail you, and they did everything in their power to keep you from achieving what you have achieved. And now that you have achieved it, it hurts them to realize it. It hurts them. It bothers them to acknowledge it to such an extent that they don't even want to be around you, because they know even if you are not the kind of person where you come around and you're trying to brag about what you have going on, and you're not the kind of person where you are just arrogant, and you're not the kind of person where you are always boasting and ranting and raving about what you have done and what you have accomplished and what God has done for you and what God has blessed you with, it bothers them. Okay? It bothers them. They don't like it. And it's just, I just feel like a nightmare for some of these people is for you to be in a position in their vicinity and someone asks you what you do for a living. For some of them, it bothers them. It irritates them. It frustrates them to think of someone asking you about your accomplishments, and you actually recite your accomplishments in front of them after they talk down on you. They said you was delusional. They said that you was crazy. They said you ain't know what you was talking about. They said you was making stuff up. They said you ain't hear God right when God said he was going to bless you with this thing. They said you ain't know what you was talking about, and that you could never, and that you would never, and it would never. And they have decided that their way of, it's like they have to eat them words. Like they have to eat everything they said about you. They got to eat it. They got to eat every bad name they called you. They got to eat every bad phrase, that every joke they cracked. And this is like, for some of these, they spent hours on the phone talking down on you, dragging your name through the mud for somebody. Dragging you, they drug you, they talk down on you so bad. Oh Lord, they talk down on you so bad. Oh, they talk down on you so bad. Oh, they had all the bad to say. They talked down on you so bad. They talked about you like a dog. They now have to look on in horror as they see that you have become exactly who you said you was going to become. You are doing exactly what you said you was going to do. God made a way out of no way. They are horrified. And these are people, they talk down on you so bad, and they made fun. They had all the little jokes to crack, and they had all this to say, and they had that to say, and they said this, they said that. They did all these things. And now they don't want to be around you because they are scared that the conversation is going to come up and they are going to have to be hit in the face with the reality that they was wrong. I'm being reminded, I forgot which show. I think it was a show or a movie where someone was like, I was wrong. Oh, I remember it was Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's a very old movie, very old Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. It was a cartoon that I watched when I was a little girl, but Brittany was like trying to apologize, and she was like, I was wrong. She just couldn't say it. Like, they don't want to say it. It hurts their spirit. It hurts their ego to apologize because they was out of line and out of order for everything they said about you. And half of these people, after you said what you was going to do, they tried to do something. And regardless if they accomplished it or not, it's like you inspired them. And they don't even want to admit that. But, a lot of this situation is people that they want everything to be about them. And it ain't nothing wrong with, someone having the spotlight every now and again. But in reality, God said the spotlight is on you. And you don't even want it on you, but it's on you anyway. So here's the thing. Let me go back to my notes of the vision. So in this vision, like I said, it's a group of people. They're deliberately not inviting somebody to events specifically and functions in an attempt to ignore how God has propelled them. These people have carried on doing this for a while, and they will carry on doing this for a while. They're going to carry on doing, for whoever this is for, this is going to carry on for a while. But God says, okay, later on in this vision, there is an event going on. They carry on as usual. They're not inviting you, and you don't care. You have moved on with your life. You're not even concerned with it no more. You're not worried about it no more. You have a whole new group of friends. You have a newfound family. You know, this is somebody that you may end up in a position to where, you know, if you see this as your family don't invite you to invest anymore. They don't speak to you anymore. They don't treat you like you are included in their group anymore. God is going to eventually give you a new family on this earth. You will receive blessings not only in heaven, but you are going to receive blessings on earth as well. And you are going to receive family on earth as well that will love you for who you are. They will appreciate you. And it can, regardless if it's a situation where you just have to deal with this from one side of your family and the other side rock with you, or if it's a situation where it's the whole thing and like God is just gonna, but God said he's gonna give you people, he's gonna replace these people with better versions. You're not even gonna be concerned with this here. What this is foretelling what's going on here, this prophecy is gonna happen. And you're not going to see it. Just like they didn't invite you behind your back, you're not going to see how they're going to be convicted behind your back. God said eventually they're going to carry on doing this here. God is going to propel you in such a way, to such an extent. God is going to raise you up to such an extent. Like where you at right now is already scaring them because you have exceeded their expectations beyond the reality that they thought was possible. But God said he is going to propel you to such an extent. He is going to exceed you to such an extent that they are going to gather together as usual. And there's going to be someone who is going to know of who you are. They're going to know about what you got going on, and they are going to bring you up. Not even intended. This is something that is going to be unintentional because, like I said, whoever these people are or whoever this person is, they are intentionally not inviting you because they don't want you to be brought up. They are intentionally not inviting you because they don't want to face the reality. They don't want to face the truth of the matter is that they did not support you. They put you down, and they were wrong. They were wrong. They were wrong. And somebody is going to start a conversation about you. Once again, it's going to be this is going to have nothing to do, like this is going to be somebody that doesn't even exactly know who you are. This is going to be somebody that has no idea. They're going to start talking about you, and they're going to start talking about what you do. They're going to start talking about what you have going on. And this is going to be somebody that is going to have some kind of admiration of you and your works. They're going to have some kind of admiration of the way that God is propelling you. They're going to have some kind of admiration of how God is blessing you. And they are going to be told by someone in this group that you are actually a part of the group. Regardless if this is family, classmates, friend group, whatever. This person is going to start talking about you in such a way that someone is going to blurt out, well, you know they really are cousin. You know they really are family. You know they really are our friend. You know we really grew up with them. You know we really went to school. They went to school with us. It's going to be in such a way. It's going to be in such a way. And it may just be somebody saying, oh, such and such, you know, they from where we from. Or, you know, they like, it's going to be something like that. And they're going to start talking about you. And they are then going to say, well, actually, they supposed to. And then this person is going to ask, well, why aren't they here? Why weren't they invited? Why don't they come around? Why aren't they included? And whoever these people are that have been purposely not including you, they are going to be sitting with the same face they would have had if they would have invited you. Because now they are going to have to explain their why, and they don't have a reason as to why. They don't want to say their reason as to why. They have a why, but they sure don't want to say, well, I actually said that they would never be able to do any of that. And then they did it. And then they did good at it. And I didn't want to have to admit that I was wrong. So I just decided to sweep them under the rug. But dang, it seemed as if they crawled out of the rug. They ran away from the rug. And we still see them anyway. God says he is going to pull you up so high that it no longer will work. God is going to pull you up so high that them trying to hide you is not going to work. God is going to pull you up so high that it's no longer going to work. And it's going to be shocking, appalling. And you're not even going to have nothing to do with this here. You are not going to have anything to do with this. You are not even going to know any of this is going on. You're not even going to know that any of this is going on. And 9 out of 10, these people going to try to contact you and call you and prove this and prove that. And you're not even going to answer the phone. And why would you? The scripture comes from John 1 and 2. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. God said they working so hard to cover you up. In the beginning, when you began, whatever it is you got going on, they was working so hard to cover it up. They was working so hard to ensure it wouldn't happen. They was working so hard to blackmail you. They was working so hard to make sure nobody will buy from you. They was working so hard to make sure nobody supported you. They was working so hard to make sure everybody unfollows you. They was working so hard to make sure everybody was on the hate train. But it didn't work because God said what he said. And he meant what he said when he said he wanted you to do that thing. God said what he said, and he meant what he said. Now, here they are once again, trying very hard to ensure that you are covered up, trying very hard to ensure that you are not supported, trying very hard to ensure you don't have a backing. This is somebody that is trying to ensure that you don't have a backbone. There are some people, when they start a business, they have their family supporting them. They have their friends supporting them. They have their classmates supporting them. It's like they have a community of people that are pushing them forward and propelling them forward. But whoever this is for, you ain't had that. And I feel you. You ain't had that. And I feel you. You ain't had that. And I feel you. God said he got you. This is somebody who had to get it out the mud. This is somebody you was one deep. This is somebody you was one deep. You was one deep. You was baby. You was one deep. They ain't want to support you. They would rather go to a stranger than to come to you. They would rather go to a stranger and support a stranger than to support you. And for some of them, they needed what you had. But it hurt them to come and ask you. It hurt them to put money in your hand. It hurt them to ask you for help. It hurt them to ask you about it. They would rather go to a stranger. But God says, he said what he said and he meant what he said, and you will prosper with or without them. And he is going to pull you up so high. He is going to propel you forward in such a way that everything that they said about you is going to look like nonsense. It is going like they are basically showing themselves to be the haters that they are. They're showing themselves to be a hater. They're showing themselves to be somebody that that's like what it like, and I'm not the kind of person where I go around trying to call people that, because that's me. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like somebody that deliberately do something like this, This is somebody, they are trying to ensure that you don't have any, like, this is supposed to be your foundation, your support system. Your family's supposed to be there for you when you fall. Your family's supposed to have your back no matter what. Your friends is supposed to be there for you. Like, this is supposed to be your circle. Okay? And you don't have a circle because there was somebody or some persons included in that circle that saw that what you were trying to do something to make yourself better. You were trying to do something for yourself. And they didn't want you to do that for yourself. They didn't want you to do better. They didn't want you to have better. They didn't want you to move forward. They didn't want you to have your own. It's like whatever you were in the past, whoever you were in the past, regardless of what you had going on, they wanted that to be you forever. For some of you, if you used to be the type of person where you had a low life, you lived a life on the streets, they wanted you to have a life on the streets. For somebody like I'm here, this is somebody, they wanted to see you be a prostitute. That's what they wanted for you. That's what they perceived you in this sense, okay? And for some, it could literally just be like, it don't mean that that's what you was doing. But just because you was pretty and you had a nice body and you were young, and you just had to have been doing this, that, and the third. They saw you that way. Some of you, they saw you as dirty, and they saw you as unworthy, and they saw you as below them. But God showed up and showed out for you in such a way that everything they said about you turned out to be a lie. So they don't want to be around you, and they don't want you to come around. And they don't want to have to hear that you have prospered. And they don't want to have to hear that God has blessed you. And they don't want to have to hear that you have overcame every lie. And you have overcame every ounce of blackmail that they put on you. And you have overcame every rumor they made up about you. And you have overcame even though they weren't supporting you. And you have overcame even though they weren't there for you. And you have overcame even though when you had hard times and you needed somebody to talk to, they wasn't there. You overcame even though you ain't had no shoulder to cry on. You overcame regardless. It bothers them. But God says you have overcame regardless. You blessed regardless. You moving forward regardless. God has surrounded you with the people you need to be surrounded with regardless. God has moved you forward regardless. And they are eventually going to get to a place to what somebody gonna ask about you. They're gonna get to a place to what somebody gonna be talking about you. They're gonna get to a place to, like, this is somebody you are going to get so popular. Unintentionally. This is somebody, like, unintentionally. You are not doing this on purpose. It's not a situation where you are deliberately trying to put nothing in nobody's face. It's not a situation where you deliberately, like, you weren't invited and you pop up anyway. It's none of that. You're not even going to be there. But there's going to be someone that's going to see what you done did. And see that God then moved the way God has moved in your life, the way God is moving in your life. And them very same people that had all that evil stuff to say about you, they was looking down on you. They was talking about you behind your back. They was making up lies and rumors about you. They're going to have to eat them words. They're going to have to eat them words. They are basically trying to run from their conviction, but God said they're going to get convicted regardless if they want to or not. You don't have to be there for them to be convicted. You don't even have to answer the phone for them to be convicted. You don't have to be, like, it's not a situation like they're thinking that you have to personally be in the room to defend yourself in order for them to be convicted, but you don't. I just feel like for whoever you are, God is working in you in such a way that you are not concerned with what they have to say about you anymore. You don't care. You're not worried about what they think. You're not worried about that. They already showed you that their opinion of you is trash. Their opinion of you is already in the gutter. So why would you be concerned and worried about what they got to say about what you got going on? It don't matter. Who cares? And like that's what it is. Like for whoever this is for, you're not worried about what they got to say about you. They already showed you that their opinion of you was in the gutter anyways. They already showed you they don't care about you. They already showed you they don't love you. They already showed you they don't support you. And they already showed you they don't rock with you. And it's like they have been trying to, at this point, up until this point, they have basically been trying to treat you as you are unworthy of their presence. But God is going to raise you up to such an extent where someone is going to be talking highly of you. And they are going to realize that in reality, they are unworthy of your presence. They're going to realize not only were they wrong, okay, they were wrong. They were wrong for what they said. They were wrong for what they did. They were wrong for how they treated you. And baby, it is going to slap them in the face. It's going to hit them in the face. God's like, for whoever you are, you ain't going to have to chase after these people for no apology. You're not. In some cases, they are going to be trying to get in contact with you to apologize, because they're going to be like, this is a situation where somebody's going to be like wondering like what's going on. This is somebody, they are trying to act as if they're such a good person. This is a narcissist. They're such a good person and they're an upstanding citizen. And they don't do anything wrong and they love everybody and they support everybody. But no, they don't, because they ain't support you. And their reputation is on the line. And regardless if you send that call straight to voicemail or if you answer and you like, what? Or you know what I'm saying? Or you answer and you tell what it is. Like, why are you calling me? You haven't talked to me in years. You randomly stopped talking to me. I ain't do nothing to you. You wasn't there for me when this happened. You wasn't there for me then. You wasn't there for me for this. You wasn't there for me for that. Why are you all of a sudden inviting me? I don't trust you. Baby, God said the conviction, it is coming. And that's the message. Because God said what he said and he meant what he said. And this is somebody, they was trying to act as if they could go around and be God. And they could control what's going to happen for you. But God said no. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.